Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply, and CAF Appliances.
Good evening and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the lobby is truly tough to understand. When sadhus get lynched in Palghar, they are quiet. They don't say a word. If across the entire world hijabs are being seen as a sign of oppression of women, they are quiet. They don't whisper a word about it. Not a word. And now, even when the most perverted and ghastly act of crime, of human sacrifice and cannibalism happens in our country, they are quiet about it. Not a word about it. Can you believe it? The case of human sacrifice and cannibalism and the absolute silence of the lobby on it is the most worrying. Now, one of the people involved in that is allegedly a CPI-M member. So does it mean that if someone has an appropriate political party connection, if they sacrifice a fellow human and even eat her, it's okay for the lobby? Is cannibalism also okay for the lobby? Can you believe it, viewers? As you know, I've always felt straight that this attitude of the lobby confirms the suspicion that they are hypocrites. But what is happening now is a positively bizarre level of hypocrisy. So I have had two debates planned today. The first on their silence of the lobby on what has happened in Kerala, the case of human sacrifice and cannibalism, followed by a debate on the silence, on the continuing silence of the lobby, on what is now becoming a massive trend globally, a battle against hijabs. And these are case studies of the silence of the lobby in India. And here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on the debate tonight. 2 women lured, killed, dismembered, eaten, and then buried. Unspeakable horror from Kerala. Victims were promised roles in a movie and lured, but were put through human sacrifice. 3 arrested, including a CPI-M member. Political fight breaks out over the delayed investigation in this case. They won't speak about Kerala occult murder because it is not convenient. The silence of the lobby is totally deafening. Hijab verdict expected in the Supreme Court tomorrow. Will the lobby that instigated just accept and move on now? And another tape emerges of this very, very controversial AAP leader, Kejriwal's right-hand man, Gopal Italia. He is now heard running down Hindu temples. Ladies and gentlemen, in a span of 4 months, 2 women were abducted, tortured, mutilated, and cannibalistically devoured by monsters. Turns out that one of the key accused is linked to the ruling CPI-M in Kerala. The mastermind of this brutality was Muhammad Shafi. The nature of the crime, the sheer barbarity of it demands extreme outrage. But the perpetually protest-ready lobby, always ready to protest about everything, has decided not to say anything this time. Why? Is it because one of the accused is a CPI-M member? Is it because the left is in power in Kerala? The pseudo-liberals have nothing to say today. Why is that? Here are the details of this most gruesome incident and crime. And then tonight, we must debate.
In Kerala, 2 women were abducted, severely tortured, murdered, and chopped into pieces. Watch the exact moment when one of the victims, Padmam, was lured into going into the home of the accused in Patnamtitta. Padmam and Rosalie, both lottery ticket sellers in Ernakulam, went missing 3 months apart. Their bodies now discovered at this house last night.
The women were lured into this house. Rosalind was lured in the month of in June, and Padma was lured in the last week of September. After which they were tied to a cot and their head was smashed until they became unconscious, and then a knife was inserted into the private part, and the blood that spluttered out was used to sprinkle around this very home. After the entire ritual was conducted, the accused had cut these 2 women into pieces and then buried deep down in different parts of the surrounding of the compound of the house.
The police stepped into action almost a fortnight after the last murder.
Padma, who went missing on September 26th, a missing complaint was filed, and that is when the police finally cracked down on this entire case. But what we are now getting to hear is that after cutting her to pieces, her different parts of the body parts were in fact buried in different spots, and that is what you can see over here. This is one spot, and police is right now digging on the other side of the compound.
The 3 accused are Bhagwal Singh, who is linked to the CPI-M, his wife Leila, and the mastermind Rashid alias Muhammad Shafi. All have been nabbed.
He is a person very much local. He knows almost all the lottery sellers.
Now, police is investigating this matter. The 3 accused in this case, Bhagwal Singh, who is also known to be a local CPI-M leader in this area, as also one of the accused in this case as well. They are being questioned, and more details are slowly emerging, which shows the goriness in the way the murder has taken place in the state.
Confronted by Republic, the left tried hard to distance itself unsuccessfully.
ഇല്ല, ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് പാർട്ടിയിൽ മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പക്ഷേ ഇദ്ദേഹം ഒരു 5-6 വർഷമായിട്ട് ഈ പാർട്ടിയുടെ സജീവ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളൊക്കെ മാറിക്കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മക്കൾ 2 പേരും ജോലിയൊക്കെ കിട്ടി പുറത്ത് പോയതിനു ശേഷം ഇദ്ദേഹവും ഭാര്യയും മാത്രമായൊരു ഏകാന്തവാസം ആണ് വീട്ടിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പാർട്ടിയുടെ ഒരു അനുഭാവിയും സഹപ്രവർത്തകനായിട്ടൊക്കെ എന്തെങ്കിലും പബ്ലിക് മീറ്റിങ്ങിലൊക്കെ അവർ വരികയും എന്തെങ്കിലും കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സഹകരിക്കുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് പാർട്ടിയിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു സ്ഥാനമോ പാർട്ടിയുടെ അംഗത്വമോ ഇപ്പോൾ നിലവിലില്ല.
The lobby is silent on the rampant barbarism under left rule as sitting ministers try to blame capitalist culture.
The duty of the scientists and the rulers and the society is to inculcate scientific temper in the society.
Even as some are forced to speak up, the Lutyens media is mum.
So Kerala must be self-critical. We can't sit in complacence. This is an eye-opener for all Keralites, including me, including the opposition parties, including the religious organizations, social organizations, and government. So we have to open our eyes.
The BJP is demanding action.
The Chief Minister should ensure that due justice is provided and such incidents should be nipped in the bud.
The lobby's silence on the CPI-M linked accused and the role of Muhammad Shafi is deafening. No protests, no marches, and no placards to be seen. Tonight, the lobby must answer. Let's debate.
You know, viewers, I've often thought of the number of issues which I'll have to debate in the continuing discourse on the silence of the lobby. As I began by saying they are silent on the hijab issue, they were silent on the killing of sadhus in Palghar. But I never thought, Advaita, not once did I think, Rahul, that the day will come, Savio, Mithun, George Kurian, Kevin Matthew, Advocate Sebastian Paul, former MP of the CPI-M, Dr. Shanti, now Ravindran, member of the Tamil Nadu State Council of the Communist Party of India. I never thought that the day will come when I will have to come on a television show and say that now when people linked to political parties, linked to the lobby, have started abducting, torturing, killing, murdering people, chopping them to pieces, and I think the CPI-M goes in the history of the world as the only political party whose member has actually eaten another human being.
Imagine this happened in Uttar Pradesh. Imagine this happened in any BJP rule state.
A CPI-M member has actually cannibalized and eaten another human being. Rahul, this is true.
Arnab ji, this is absolutely horrifying. Just let me present a scenario. Imagine the same thing happened in Uttar Pradesh or any other BJP rule state. Imagine the person was somehow connected to BJP or any other dharmic leaning party. There would have been op-eds in New York Times. CNN International would have gone ahead with the news. BBC would have come up with the news. But right now, what happens is when it is linked to Kerala, CPI-M and so-called the progressive left, many of our friends are keeping silent. But, beyond politics, caste or religion, this is something we Malayalis, Keralites and Indians should hang our head in shame. We should take strong action. We need to have anti-superstition law. But we are not hearing such voices from the CPI-M or the left liberal brigade. Either they are, too ashamed, or either they are, not having enough courage to raise. But such kind of voices are never there. Imagine, I would request to this all impartial people. Imagine this happening in North India in a BJP-ruled state, and what would have been the reaction? The same thing happened in my home
the question
state.
Goes, we go to the nub of the issue. Rahul Ishwar says, and rightly so, that imagine if a BJP leader or a BJP member, Kevin, can you hear me? Kevin, Advocate Sebastian Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Oh, okay. I thought that you stopped hearing me. Thank God, you're there. Okay. Imagine that a BJP person, BJP member, BJP leader had abducted somebody, then tortured the person, then murdered the person, and then chopped the person into 56 pieces, Advaita, 56 pieces, and then eaten the person. Imagine if this had been a case of a BJP person or alleged BJP person, as it is alleged, I repeat, alleged CPI-M person, alleged CPI-M member who has carried out the act of cannibalism. Imagine, my question being, imagine then by now what would have happened? Advaita, just imagine what would have happened by now. Advaita, can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
We would have been reading about it in the New York Times by now. But, as someone who has tracked CPI-M violence, Arnab, in Kerala in particular, in Kannur district in particular, and of course over the state, and also having been familiarized with CPI-M violence in Bengal during their heydays, eating blood-soaked rice, a mother eating blood-soaked rice of her son's blood is part of the course.
Not political.
So there is a certain desensitization. There is a desensitization to this kind of violence. And that is a fact. It's been a dirty secret, but now it's out in the public domain. So we know exactly how politics is carried out in Kerala by the CPI-M. And let me just say, I found it laughable that the CPI-M leader said that he is not a member of the party anymore. Please ask anyone who knows about Kerala politics whether you can just cease being a member of the Communist Party and still live. There are party villages there. people are socially ostracized and brutalized for leaving the party. So who is he trying to fool?
This person, Mr. Paul, can you hear me? Kevin?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Kevin, you want to say something before Mr. Paul? Please go on.
Yes. Arnab, two things. First thing, what has happened today is horrific. It is gore. It should not have happened. There is absolutely no questioning that.
Now he'll put a butt.
And on that note, also
come out with the butt.
Also,
out with your butt.
Yeah.
I'm missing it. Go ahead. You'll add the butt right now.
Okay,
after you'll add the rider.
So the butt part, and why the silence? To answer Rahul's question, what would have happened if this was happening in a BJP state? One thing the people of Kerala know is that in this state, under this government, justice will be served, unlike what can happen in a BJP state. And that is why there's an outrage there, but there is not an outrage here. Because everybody accepts that this is horrific, this should not have happened, and the perpetrators should be brought to justice. But in this state, in this government, we are pretty sure that that will happen. Unlike what would have happened if this was happened in Uttar Pradesh. And that is the difference here.
Okay.
That is the reason for your so-called silence.
That's why the House of Horrors is still standing there, and that's why 3 months apart, 2 women go missing. The first one, and no one even knows where she's gone. And this cannibal gets to the second woman. I love the title of your show, Arnab, Silence of the Lobby. It's really the silence of the lambs, isn't it? This is what Hannibal Lecter was doing, cannibalizing people, chopping them up into pieces. I mean, it's just horrific what's happening.
I would like to ask Mr. Paul, who's a former member of parliament of the CPI-M. Mr. Paul, this individual, Bhagwal Singh, who has carried out this case of blood-curdling cannibalism, who has eaten another human being after chopping them into 56 pieces. This person, there are reports that this person has been a consistent CPI-M member, well-known CPI-M activist, and some reports say a former CPM branch secretary. And there are pictures of him actively taking part in CPM events. So a CPM member has brutally killed, cut to pieces, murdered, chopped and eaten another human being. Can I have your response to this situation, sir? And by the way, there have been 2 acts of cannibalism, well spaced apart, and there has been hardly any action for a long time. Can I tell you what's going on, sir? Can you tell me a little bit more?
Yes, Mr. Arnab. I understand the feelings expressed by you, but this is not an issue which we can discuss on political lines. The accused, I don't know, I don't have enough words to describe the nature of his cruelty. Let it remain there. But his remote or near connection with the party, it will not absolve him of the responsibility.
No, but he is from your party. So your party person has carried out an act of cannibalism. You are confirming that.
Yes, it is not a good thing. But
obviously, eating another human being is not a good thing.
Yes, several thousand party members are here.
Who is questioning that what happened should not have happened?
And we cannot guarantee the good conduct or human nature of
I am not
members.
asking you about good conduct, sir. You realize the seriousness of it. It is an act of cannibalism.
I fully
and not
realize.
1 but 2 acts of cannibalism by a CPM leader. 2 acts of cannibalism by a CPM leader.
I don't know he is a leader because I am.
But a senior CPM member, a senior CPM activist.
I am seeing his face and hearing his name for the first time.
Sir, tell me, I'm sure, but I'm asking you this. If a BJP leader was accused of conspiring with his wife and torturing 2 women, beheading them, right? Carrying out acts of sexual perversion, chopping their bodies into 56 pieces and proceeding to eat them. If you replace CPM with BJP, what would have happened? Can someone please enlighten me? Dr. Shanti Ravindranath, what would have happened?
This is actually a horrific, barbarous account, whether it is done by a CPM member or any other political party member or a person who is not related to the party. See, we have to see the issue as in that angle and not related to the political person. Whoever has done it, he should be punished, the proper action to be taken, and it is being in a right direction. There is, of course, there is a delay for about a few months for the first case, but still it is not acceptable one. The delay is also, and the Kerala CPM party is doing lot many things to the safety of the women. For example, recently 2 days before also they have
No, 1 minute, just 1 minute, 1 minute, just 1 minute. Don't rush with it. I will stay consistent on the question. George Kurian, can you hear me? If a BJP leader or a BJP member had eaten another human being after murdering them, then what would have happened? I want to stick to that issue. Because today the whole lobby, and in fact I find it extraordinary that when this incident has happened, you know, the Latvian media is discussing everything else but this. Everything else, almost as if they don't want to focus on this. Why, George? Why is the Latvian media embarrassed about the act of cannibalism of a left member, a CPM, senior CPM activist in a CPM ruled state?
Arnab, the incident that has come to light is a condemnable incident, and it's a very heinous one, and I condemn it. Let us not get this into a political affiliation kind of a debate on your primetime show. I strongly believe all political parties should be univocal at this point in time, and this case, had the Kerala police and the state machinery have taken cognizance of the case in the first when the first complainant was raised.
Sir, how can I not look at this politically, sir, when I have a area secretary of the CPM who says about the cannibal? Let me tell you what he says, Savio. This will be interesting. Mithun Vijay Kumar, please hear this.
Yes.
He says the cannibal was a progressive personality. He used to write haiku. The cannibal was a very active reader. Listen to this. In fact, the cannibal was a symbol of resistance. I am now shocked that he has done this. It must be his wife who's responsible. His wife must be superstitious to mislead this progressive man. This is what has been said. How do I not look at it politically, sir?
Sir, he was a progressive cannibal.
Exactly. That's what I'm being told. That's what, Mithun, this is bizarre, beyond bizarre.
Yeah.
How are people viewing this?
The left supporters are appearing on all the channels and saying there is no politics in this, but there is a clear politics in this. This is a miniature version of the
CPI-M and radical Islamist equation in the state. And you see the CPI-M branch committee member is a part of this crime. He was convinced into this by someone named Shafi. His name was not appearing yesterday. Yesterday when they reported this case, Mohammed Shafi's name was not mentioned anywhere. It was only Bhagat Singh and his yogic practices and all were highlighted. But this is a clear case where a radical Islamist has approached a left-wing supporter and convinced him into an activity that involves human sacrifice. And this is purely in the name of, the religion that they say is, they're trying to, they're trying to put an image that is all linked to Hinduism, but it's not in any way linked to Hinduism. And the practitioner of this ritual was a man named Mohammed Shafi, who convinced the person through social media. He created a fake account named Sri Devi and told him that you have to, perform this particular ritual to be financially, for financial progress. And for financial progress, this guy, the Sri Devi, the fake account from Sri Devi, he refers him to someone named Shafi. He contacts Shafi, and Shafi again, connects him to someone named Rashid, who is again Shafi himself. And this whole thing is linked to Shafi, but somehow the Kerala police was not interested in mentioning Shafi's name yesterday. Today, Shafi is the prime accused, but yesterday, Shafi's name was covered. I don't know why the left media or the left is so inclined into supporting Shafi or not bringing out his name. And even today, if
And
you
why
see
is
the
there
left
why is there
handles, the
silence
left
over
handles
this?
that generally
One minute.
make loud noise.
Why is there silence over this? Someone explain to me, Kevin, why is there silence over this? Mohammed Shafi is a repeat offender and he has brainwashed the couple to carry out human sacrifices twice. This is a serious matter.
Arnab, nobody is questioning the seriousness of the matter, but only thing today is there is silence because there is no need for noise. There is a trust in today's government that justice will be served. Let it be from CPM, BJP.
Is there no need for outrage?
What are you talking?
Last time we had
Is there
cannibalism,
no need for outrage?
ordinary occurrence.
What are you talking, Kevin? Is there no need for outrage? Is there no need for raising voice?
Police have taken adequate action. The case has been registered. The accused have been arrested. So it's
This
not
is more
that
shocking,
the
saying there
cognizance
is no
Was there, has there been, you are saying there is no need for outrage?
No need to outrage?
Okay, I'll ask this question. There is a cannibal on the loose. 1 minute. There is a cannibal on the loose.
There's a cannibal behind the bars.
Yeah, there has been a cannibal on the loose.
There's a cannibal on part of the CPM. the ruling party
There
of
has
Kerala.
been a cannibal on the loose.
Exactly.
That's the point.
And this is, and between the two acts of cannibalism, right, the cannibal and the conspirators with the cannibal, right, have carried out a second act of cannibalism. And was there not a police go-slow in this case? Is Mohammed Shafi not a repeat offender? Has he not been carrying out acts of human sacrifice? Why is the cannibal being described as a progressive personality, despite the truth coming out by some left leaders? What explanation do you have, Kevin?
Correct. Absolutely.
Arnab, let me tell you one thing. Mr. Shafi is not the CPM person, so I think you've got your...
No. Mohammed Shafi is not a CPM person, but he's a repeat offender. But Bhagwal Singh is a CPM person.
Wow. And
So what are you denying exactly?
So, Bhagwan Singh was a CPM member, and he is not a repeat offender. He is an offender. The heinousness of the crimes are unquestionable. But having said that, he was not an offender, and then till today, the CPI-M, till yesterday, the CPI-M had nothing to, keep him apart. So he was, as a member of the party, he was a supporter of the party. But today, his crime has come
Kevin,
to light.
would you have taken the same stand had he been from any other party? Kevin, just one question. Would you have taken the same stand had he been from any other party? And how can you categorize cannibals as progressive cannibals and liberal cannibals? There is only one kind of cannibalism. I don't want to politicize it. But there has been some people who are saying they are progressive cannibals. So let us outrage. I am outraged by your lack of outrage. I am outraged by Kevin's lack of outrage. That's the real issue. We all are outraged because there is a lack of outrage from you.
May I come in?
Yes, Savio, this is going completely bizarre.
May I come in?
This is going completely bizarre. The crime occurred last month. The first victim was reported missing 4 months ago. Obviously, there was a deliberate go-slow in this case. This is not an ordinary case. It's an act of cannibalism that has been carried out by a person with a firm political connection. I don't know why people are uncomfortable about it. Why is the lobby not asking these questions? Why is this entire story being silenced? Savio.
Frightening aspect.
There is no...
The frightening aspect of this case, Kevin, is that in today's day and age, there are people who still believe in human sacrifice for prosperity. That should be shocking all of us. The financial prosperity that this gentleman and the people attached to this crime is the problem. And that is the reason why was CPI-M actually slow on the case? Why was the government slow on the case? Is it because there was somebody connected to it? In today's day and age, you have somebody who thinks that by doing a blood sacrifice, they can actually gain prosperity and people go cold on the case. That is shameful for the government. In Kerala, a literate state, A literate state like Kerala,
It's an individual act of crime. One second. Savio, the fact is, it's a horrible individual act of crime. That's true. But I am asking today, while I acknowledge it's a horrible individual act of crime, no political party has asked anybody to do this, so let's be clear about it. We must go into the detail. Why was Rosalie in this case,
why were they slow?
Who had gone missing on 6th of June and a case registered on 17th of August, not tracked down by the police earlier? Why was there a delay of 56 days between which a second victim was also lured and murdered by the couple? Can someone explain that? Can you explain that, Mr. Sebastian Paul? You're an advocate. Doesn't this appear to you to obvious question to you as well?
So, but in Kerala, there is all appreciation for the good work done by the Kerala police.
What are you saying, sir?
It is true that there is a. It is true if that delay was could be avoided. The second incident might have been avoided. I don't know, but there is, apart from criticizing the part,
because we went slow on the first one.
What, sir?
Sir, the point is, today there are many people missing in India. There are almost 5 lakh to 5.5 lakh people missing every year in India. And today, when this case comes out, we have found a link to human sacrifice. Shouldn't we be wanting to find these people who are missing? A delay by the police.
Yeah, my concern is, you are saying that the police is being appreciated.
No, 5 days of finding the people.
No, Savio, you're saying that the police is being appreciated. Shouldn't the question be how many other victims could have been killed? How do we know that these were the only 2 cases, Advaita, of human sacrifice and cannibalism?
No, Arnab, let me unpack some of this for you because, you know, yes. I want to make this clear. Ask them, police associations have elections. Headlines in the newspaper say that left-backed police association wins. So how many of your comrades are in the police? Correct. Let's be clear about that. Let's talk about facts. Then let's talk about the fact that every time CPI-M comes to power, murderers who are party members get remissions. In 2011, something like 203, out of which many were prisoners from the CPI-M, for grave crimes, got their sentence remanded. So let's talk about facts and let's talk about what happens when the CPI-M is in power. And then you tell me it's not political. And then you tell me it's not political.
I'm very happy that
you brought deny the fact that all the comrades are cops and are part of police associations and stand elections with the backing of the CPI-M. Come on, let's talk facts here.
There is politicization.
Rahul and ma'am, I'm very sorry. Very happy that you brought this up today because coming from a party who garlanded rapists,
They won't answer about the cops.
Nobody supported it. Everyone opposed it.
No.
Nobody supported it. Everyone opposed it. Arnabji, every panelist, every right-thinking person in the nation opposed it. Every person opposed it.
Don't associate.
Nobody supports Bilkis Banu's rapists.
Kevin, first of all, don't try and move away from the subject. Secondly, don't associate.
Don't please. Who brought this topic on the discussion.
Yeah, I have brought the subject up for discussion, but I would tell you, you are talking about the Bilkis Bano case. It's a completely different case. And 1 minute. Please be clear, whether it's me or Advaita or Rahul, all of us took extremely strong positions against that act of garlanding the convicted rapists. In fact, we asked for the intervention of the Supreme Court. We brought the matter up to public light and we ensured that nobody could put a cover over that. So if you're trying to just, because you're trying to hit back at Rahul or Advaita by trying to make them guilty for the actions of some people in the Bilkis Bano case, you don't have legs to stand on that. Now, my question is very specific. We speak about this.
My point is also exactly the same, Arnab.
So, no. My
point is also exactly the same.
My question is this.
My question is, of some, you shouldn't make everyone guilty.
I am not, but I am asking about the state government and the Kerala police. Mr. Sebastian Paul said, everybody is appreciating what has been said by the Kochi police, what has been done by the Kerala police, the Kochi police. Now, my information, Mr. Paul, is that the main accused in this case, Shafi the cannibal, he had 10 odd cases, including rape, theft, attempt to murder registered against him. Since you're talking about law and order and any incident in a BJP-ruled state becomes a huge issue, in this case, a case of cannibalism, the cannibal had 10 cases, including rape, theft and attempt to murder registered against him. What kind of law and order is going on, sir, in Kerala if this man is not on the police radar? This man is not on the police radar?
Yeah, because I don't know such details. But his background is not so good. His background is bad. The policeman might have known it. Several cases has been registered against him. The law will take its own course for those matters. But my humble submission is that when such a very heinous and horrendous crime is being discussed, we have to go deep into why or how it is happening. What is the mindset of the people who are succumbing to such things?
Sir, I don't understand what you're saying, sir. You please understand what I'm saying. This man, Shafi, who's the main accused in this case, who has convinced these people to carry out the human sacrifice ritual, he was arrested for sexual assault of a 75-year-old woman. And he was running a malicious social media page to lure women. And I'm asking you in all seriousness, what kind of law and order is there in Kerala today? And is the lobby going to be quiet about this because it's happening in Kerala, which as of now, as of today, is a left-ruled state?
All such instances, cases were registered against.
Sir, there is no national political outrage over it. The lobby has gone quiet over it. Only Republic is debating it.
Progressive serial killer cannibal.
See, there is a loophole
we have right now.
I am not justifying the criminal.
Sir, that's a given. Sebastian Paul, sir, that's a given. It's a bad thing, it's a given.
Nobody in Kerala is justifying him. Here in Kerala, there is a progressive debate going on why such things is happening.
People cases.
And Rahul and Arnab, it is because this is in Kerala.
One second.
We are pained by it.
Sir, may I? Rahul, can you give me a second, man?
Okay, Savio.
In 2020, there were 8,742 cases or missing cases in Kerala. In 2021, 9,713 missing cases. In 2022, right now, till August, there is 7,408 cases. Can you please tell the people of India what has happened to the people missing? Are they also being sacrificed?
If there is a serial offender on the loose, seriously, Kevin, think about it. And I want Dr. Shanti Ravindranath and George Kurian also to think about it beyond politics. A serial murderer, a cannibal on the loose. We know 2 cases. There are lots of missing cases.
There is no doubt.
How many other people could have been victims of the same person?
There is no doubt that whoever has done the mistake, irrespective of his political affiliation, should be punished seriously.
Miss Ravindranath, how are you using words like
mistake, ma'am? It's a crime.
And then, I'm not telling you.
It's a crime against humanity.
No, it's a crime only. It is a crime only. The problem is that it happens because of the lack of scientific temperament. It is totally because of the misconception that something will get. Lack of scientific temperament. There's something you can get it out of doing these kind of things. You can become rich. All these things is unscientific ideas, and this person is having kind of a severe mental illness. That is how they behaved in a very bad shape. You can't even imagine how they have behaved.
It's not mental.
Whoever it may be,
It's
irrespective.
He's not a mental man, ma'am.
And there should not be any delay in that.
It's not mental. Don't call it a mental.
Ashwin.
Don't say that he's a mental person.
Our Bureau Chief in Kerala is joining us now.
With the hope of prosperity.
Our Bureau Chief in Kerala is joining us now.
Doctor, I know these kind of people have got serious mental illness. You cannot. It is not. I'm not I'm a qualified doctor. These people are having serious mental illness. Otherwise, they call these cannibals. They cannot have all this kind of acceptance that this
mental illness is not
eating a person.
Arnab, this is irresponsible commentary. There are a lot of people who live with serious mental illness who are not cannibals. So this is irresponsible commentary. We've just had World Mental Health Day. Please do not encourage this kind of commentary just to justify somebody's actions.
I am not justifying it. I have never told that I have justified anything.
Mental illness, when you don't know, ma'am, you don't know. Have you talked to his doctor? Has there been a diagnosis that you're making? Has there been a diagnosis? Is there a doctor on record who's saying this is because of mental illness? There are enough and millions of people who live with serious mental illness who don't go around chopping and eating people up. Please stop this irresponsible commentary. Enough.
See, I have never justified any kind of activity what the person has done. See, it is a serious crime that nobody denies it. But at the same time, action to be taken, there is also, delay also should not be there, that everybody accepts it. And I accept it.
Of anything of that sort, do not stigmatize mental illness by making comments like this on national TV just to provide covering fire. Please don't do that.
What precisely is going on here? You know, all kinds of excuses are being made here. This is a capitalist society that creates this kind of situation. There is a mental illness. The police has done a remarkable job. The person was progressive. The person who carried out the act of cannibalism, the CPI-M leader, was progressive. His wife must have been superstitious. It's bizarre, Ashwin. It's absolutely bizarre. Is there a sense of defensiveness in the response out here on part of the left front, the CPI-M government or the CPI-M itself?
Definitely, Arnab, on multiple fronts. Number one, Mohammed Shafi, a repeat offender and even charged under IPC 376, was let off on bail in February 2021. And he was running a job, he was running a eatery in the heart of in the city of Kochi. Where was he being monitored? Number one. Number two, from different sources, local sources, neighbors, where this crime has committed, they have stated categorically for almost 2 years, Mohammed Shafi has been frequenting this house. Almost 2 years. What was the police doing? Was the police even looking at these serial offender traveling in the length and breadth of Kerala, doing multiple jobs? Was he even under the radar of the police? This is a question public is asking the government. This is a question public is asking the Home Minister of the state, the Chief Minister who is holding the Home Minister portfolio. Why is the Chief Minister diluted the power of CAPA, one of the very important Kerala law that has been brought in? It has been taken away. The power of the polish force has been taken away.
So just to be clear, with you, Mohammed Shafi, just to be clear with you, what you're saying, it is Mohammed Shafi who had told this couple to read books on human sacrifice and to carry out the act of cannibalism, which means he was sort of evangelizing human sacrifice and cannibalism, right? And this man was on the loose for how long? He had been arrested.
Absolutely, Arnab.
And he had multiple cases against him.
February 2021, he got bail.
Okay.
February 2021, he got bail for a case, a rape case, 75-year-old woman. He got bail and he was let loose. He was doing he was working. He had started his business in
How did he get bail? How did he get bail? How did he conceivably get bail in the case of a sexual assault on a 75-year-old woman? That means the prosecution did not push the case hard enough.
And that's absolutely, and these are the same kind of the progressive people who points fingers at other states. The same people are allowed, people like Mohammed Shafi, to roam the streets of Kerala without any kind of deterrence, any kind of radar under him, nothing. And
that's my point, and that's the point that needs to be answered, Kevin. There is a person who's been arrested for a sexual crime on a 75-year-old woman, a pervert who faces cases of attempt to murder, rape, theft against him, right? He's the master conspirator going around sort of organizing these cases of human sacrifice and cannibalism. Okay. Now this man, there was such a weak case put out against him that he was roaming around free on the streets of Kerala. Why did the police go slow or soft on Mohammed Shafi is the question we need an answer to. Why did the police go soft on Mohammed Shafi? Why did the police go soft on Mohammed Shafi? What does that indicate? Why? Mr. Sebastian Paul, someone answer that question. If the police had not gone soft on Mohammed Shafi, this act of cannibalism would not have happened.
I agree, Arnab, but the facts of that case, I don't have the facts of that case.
No.
But
don't be in denial with so much evidence I'm putting before you, for God's sake.
Kevin, please be intellectually honest and accept that there was failure, that there is shortcoming, there is lacunae. When we accept that fact, we Malayalis only will be prouder. We Malayalis or we Kerala will only have better ways to correct ourselves.
I accept that. Rahul, I accept that there was shortcomings, but within the shortcomings, because ours is a large country and it has its system has its own limitations. But within the limitations, my only point is Kerala today is a place where there is there exists the best chance of justice.
Kevin,
today
everyone loves Kerala. Nobody is out to demean Kerala. Nobody is out to demean Kerala. We ourselves are demeaning our Kerala by defending or justifying or not expressing outrage. The entire India is having outrage. But our left liberals of Kerala has no outrage. Why are we Malayalis not outraged? Why are we Malayalis or Keralites not outraged? Why shouldn't we be raising the voice? Shouldn't we be telling that there is a mistake in our society? We need to correct that. Rather than blaming other people, nobody is out to their Kerala. Kerala is a great state. We are one of the most educated, literate, harmonious spaces. But there are some mistakes too. Why should we shy away from accepting our mistakes? If the same thing happened in Gujarat, wouldn't we blame Modi ji to everyone? Let us take the onus, let us take the responsibility and do some kind of soul searching and identify the pain points, identify these perverts and, put them behind bars.
And stop being defensive about it. I repeatedly have put out this case and I don't know why it's so difficult to understand. We pay the price for wrong decisions. When we go soft on cases of terrorism, more terrorists emerge. When we report on cases of ISIS suspects, then the police go slow in that specific case in Hyderabad. They come out and then 2 years later, the same person is arrested in an even bigger possible case of terrorism. In this case, this individual, Mohammed Shafi, who's carrying out institutionalized, almost in a contractual manner, carrying out cases of human sacrifice and cannibalism, is the proud recipient of soft treatment by the Kerala police, obviously, which is why he's out. You can always say he got bail through the courts. But how stringent a case has been made against him? How closely was he tracked? And if a person like this is on the loose, what does it mean for the citizenry of this country, Advaita? What does it mean?
Well, I mean, Arnab, to say that he has the best chance of being punished in Kerala is the kind of exceptionalism which is very frightening. Because as of now, I mean, this is not about Kerala as a state or the people of Kerala. This is about the fact that to reverse that logic, someone will turn around and say, well, Kerala is the only place that has a cannibal as of now. So, let's not get into this sort of facile-like exceptionalism. That's not what it's about. The bottom line is that you have a highly politicized police force in Kerala. There are facts to support that. You have had this gruesome crime wherein there have been serial murderers over a period of time. So clearly, there has been a lapse in policing, in investigation, in reporting.
Absolutely, and we need to track this even more closely. And viewers, from their silence on the Kerala human sacrifice case to their silence on the hijab revolution in Iran first and then across the world, ladies and gentlemen, this lobby is being exposed day by day and layer by layer. And I'm coming back on that on the other side. Tomorrow we are told big verdict on the hijab case. So it's very timely, the next debate.